ASPX menu control can be bound to a data source to dynamically create menu items at runtime. In this video, you'll learn how to bind the menu control to two different types of XML data sources, so let's take a look. I'll start with a new ASP.NET application. From the toolbox, I drag and drop a menu control onto the page. I've also copied two XML data files to the website's app data folder. I'll first bind the menu control to the mainMenu.xml file. Let's double-click to open and view its content. I've pre-populated this XML file with several menu items. These will be used to create the menus and submenus at runtime. Each record has three attributes: caption, URL, and image. I switch back to the ASP.NET page. I select the menu control and from its smart tag, invoke the data source configuration wizard. For the data source type, I select XML file and click on OK. In the following window, I click on the Browse button to locate and select the mainMenu.xml file. I also need to enter an XPath expression to filter the data in the XML file. And I'm done with the data source configuration, so I click on OK to complete the wizard. You can see that based on the number of main menu items in the data source, 3 menus have been created, but they're missing any of the actual information. This is because the attributes used in the XML file don't match the default property names for each menu item. To fix this, I need to select the control and modify a few of its properties. I set the text field property to caption. You can immediately see that the caption of each menu has changed. However, I still need to specify the URL and image URL fields. I set the Navigate URL field property to URL and the Image URL field to Image. Now let's change the formatting of the URL used for each menu item. For this example, I want to add the Wikipedia URL so that the user is redirected to the corresponding wiki article upon clicking the menu item. Also, let's enable the pop-out images for each main menu item. And I'm done. I run the application to see the results at runtime. The menu control is created and populated with the menu items based on the data from the supplied XML data source. I hover over each item, and when clicking one, I'm taken to the corresponding Wikipedia article. You can see that the article and section names are automatically added to the address based on the information provided by the URL field of the XML data source. Now let's see how to bind a menu control to a data source without having to set custom field names at design time. I close the browser and return to Visual Studio. I add a second ASPX menu control to the page. From its smart tag, I invoke the menu item editor. For demonstration purposes, I add a new item. You can see that the default properties for each item are text, navigate URL, and image URL. To avoid manual assignment of field names, we'll need to use these as the property names in our data source. I click Cancel to close the menu item editor window. I double-click to open the second XML file located in the app data folder. This file contains the same records as the previous data file. However, the field names have been changed to match the standard property names of a menu item. I return to Design View. From the smart tag of the menu control, I invoke the data source configuration wizard. I repeat the same steps as last time, except I'll choose the second XML file as the data source. Upon completing the wizard, you can see that the menu control has been automatically populated with items and is now displaying the correct text along with their corresponding images. Finally, I add the Wikipedia URL to the control's Navigate URL format string property. And I'm done. I run the application again. And you can see the second menu control configured and displayed automatically. I click on a menu item and I'm again taken to the corresponding Wikipedia article. Thanks for watching, and of course, thank you for choosing DevExpress.